if you've done any kind of research or if you listen to anything in regards to the imposter syndrome, you'll see that it is something very common. You see it often. It's usually in higher rates among women and among minorities. And what I think is important to think about when we're looking at the imposter syndrome and what that really is, and that fear is that too many times we feel like, oh, well, we're not expert enough, we're not good enough, so we can't get this job. Or maybe we're applying for the job, but we don't really know. And it's because we tell ourselves stories that we're not good enough for something, right? One way of overcoming that is one, prepping yourself, right? Doing the research, doing the work. Because once you do the work and you put the work in, no one can take that away from you. No one can discredit the work you've done. No one can take away and say you didn't put the hours in, you didn't learn what you needed to learn, you didn't do the drafting, you didn't write the memos, right? When you can put that work and you can talk about that, that's something nobody could ever take away from you, right? I mean, I tell people when I worked on my ceiling, like, I put the work in, I put the time in. You can never take away that time that I put in to create that, right? So that it helps you get away from that imposter syndrome, because you're like, no, this was work. I did it. I have proof. I was there at night, in the mornings, on the train, going back, right? So when you have that fear that you're not good enough, realize one way is to put in the work. And once you put in the work, release that fear. Don't allow it to control you. Don't allow it to have any kind of ownership over you. You've done the work. You are who you are. You know what you know, right? You are smart enough. You are good enough. And you have to just let that fear go, because you have the logical reason showing you that you are enough and you have done enough, right? And I think that's something I have to tell myself even. I tell myself, I tell my wife that, and my friends, you do the work, you put the work in, then when it comes down to it, yes, you might be a little nervous, but you have foundation. You have something to build off of. You have something to stand on. And when you do, it makes your life much, much easier. All right, so if you do feel that, I'd love to hear you guys, if you have dealt with the imposter syndrome, what ways have you dealt, or what ways have you used to kind of overcome that fear of not feeling enough. I think it's something that a lot of us deal with. All right, so I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I will talk to you soon.